Hello, hello. Woohoo! Welcome. So glad you're here. So glad you're tuning in. Hello, hello, guys. Welcome to day 24, Role Models. And Merry Christmas Eve to you. And if you're watching it on the replay and it's at another time, well, hello to you. We did this on Christmas Eve. Where were you, right? Where were you? Okay, so who was your childhood hero? Who did you look up to and admire when you were a child? Was it a superhero? Was it Superman, Batman, or Spider-Man? Was it an actor or a singer, a musician? Was it a sports athlete, Larry Bird or Michael Jordan? Who did you look up to as a child? Who was your childhood hero? Was it a caregiver, a parent, a grandma or a grandfather, or an aunt or an uncle? Who was your childhood hero? I want you to share in the comments. I would love to know. Share it with us and I'll share mine. My childhood heroes, I had a couple, or I had a few. When I was about 7 or 8, it was the Pink Power Ranger. And it was played by Amy Jo Johnson. And I just thought it was so cool that we had the same name. Her name and my name were the same, Amy Jo. And I just thought that was so cool. You know, and just to watch the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, you know, as they morphed into their, you know, transformed and beat the bad guys. And she was just so cool, you know, back in the early 90s. And then when I was like 9 or 10, it became Kristi Yamaguchi. You know, back in the 90s, she was a figure skater. And just watching her, me and my siblings and my cousins, we would watch the old box TV and just watch her skate around and do the twirls and twists. And it was just like, wow, I want to be like that when I grow up, you know. I'm going to be an ice skater, you know. And then, oh boy, the teeny bop years when I was like 11 or 12. My role model was Britney Spears. Oh boy, right? So who was your childhood role model? Share in the comments. I want to know. You know, we can do a flashback, right? Jack Canfield says, to change bad habits, we must study the habits of successful role models. We must study, okay? We don't just need to just hear about them. We need to study them because success leaves clues. We have to study these successful role models that we want to be like. This is not the imposter syndrome. This is when somebody is being successful in life, when we see the result that we want in our life, we need to model what works because their success leaves clues, right? So whatever problem you're facing right now, someone has already solved it. Somebody has already done the hard work. They went through the trial. They went through the tribulation. They suffered for years to finally find the solution. We can learn from them, right? Whether it be in the area of your relationships and your finances and your physical health and your nutrition and your mental health. Somebody has already gone exactly what you are going through right now, what you're struggling with right now, what I was struggling with the other day, right? All of these problems. Somebody's already gone through it. We must study from them. We must find that role model and learn from them because their success is leading those little pebbles of clues, and we can follow that path and be successful like them. We can improve the quality of our life. So what took them decades, like many of these successful people that we see today, it took them decades to get where they are today. Decades. So what took them decades, several decades, we can learn in a day or a week by learning from them. Dean Graziosi says, pay for speed, cut the check. You know, and we can do that. We can pay for speed. We can buy the books. You know, I have so many books. I brought a couple to share with you just because I'm a crazy book lover and I'm an avid reader. You know, leaders are readers. You know, just a couple I want to share with you. If you haven't, you could check them out. Grant Cardone, Sell or Be Sold. You know, Billy Alsbrooks, Blessed and Unstoppable. You know, these are just for different areas of your life, whether it be spiritual, relationships, finances, health and wellness. Dr. Shefali, The Conscious Parent, all about conscious parenting. Dave Ramsey, right? Financial Peace University. Oh my gosh. Trent Shelton, The Greatest You. And I'm sharing all my books because I love my books. So hold on. Not all of them. But High Performance Habits by Brendan Burchard. This is all about the daily success habits that you need to take to be successful in your job or in your life. Because he did decades of research, and the research, it's all the same. There are 6 high performance habits if you want to improve the quality of your life. You know, just so many, like Wayne Dyer, change your thoughts, change your life, right? And then Russell Brunson, Expert Secrets, and then many more. These aren't even a fraction of what I have on my shelf. I wanted to share it because in my journey of personal growth, in my journey of changing my victim mindset, my disempowering, complaining, negative self that I was in the past, what was a role model for me? I didn't really have many role models that I had access to, that were successful and that were crushing it in life the way that I wanted to crush it, you know, and improve the quality of my life. So I dived in books. Books were my role models when I first started out on this journey, you know, over 8 years ago. So I read all the books that I could find on personal growth. I have a huge bookshelf, tons of books. Books are where it's at. Okay. You can get the Audible or the Read Aloud book or whatever. Check some books out and have those be your role models. There's so many apps on your phone that you could, like for workout programs, we have to find the role models. You know, they may not be a person in our life right now at the moment, right? At first, for me, like I said, it was books. It was the YouTube videos. YouTube is free. You know, all the leaders, all the successful habits are on YouTube. The motivational videos, the knowledge that you need to know, that you need to improve the quality of your life, to solve that issue that you're struggling with. I listen to YouTube almost every day. You know, some of the videos I've listened to 10 times because repetition, you know, when you have repetition, you learn it quicker, right? So you have to study and you have to model what works. Listen to the podcasts, right? Buy the courses, buy their books, attend the event that they hold. We have to have a role model in every area of our life because these role models accelerate the tempo of our mastery, right? Like Dean Graziosi says, cut the check, pay for speed, pay for speed, cut the check, right? You want to go quicker. You don't want to take decades to learn, right? We got to get role models, okay, in every area of our life, right? Our nutrition. We live in an amazing time. You could look at that both ways, negative or positive. I'm going to choose to look at that in a positive way. Social media, there are so many positive influencers. There's so many workout people and gurus, so many workout programs available at our fingertips. So many books on audio available at our fingertips. You know, we can learn the nutrition that we need. We can learn the workout programs. There's people on here that are mindset coaches. There's people on here that are personal trainers. There's people on here that are doctors and lawyers and, you know, and business owners and successful people and coaches. You know, there's people on here. Maybe you can connect. Maybe you've already connected, you know, with them in the comments. You know, we can connect. And spiritual teachers, they're out there, right? These people help us overcome our obstacles. We learn the strategies. We get inspired by them. Everybody needs inspiration, right? We need those role models to inspire us, to help us improve the quality of our lives because we can learn from their mistakes. I love the Bible verse in Proverbs. Solomon wrote Proverbs. It has so much wisdom. Chapter 13, verse 20 says, "He that walketh with wise men shall be wise." Period. Point blank. He that walks with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed. Think of your teenage years. Who did you hang out with? You know, think of your young adult years. Who were your companions? Who were those 5 most closest people to you? Who are they now in your adult life, in your older adult life? Who are those 5 people that you surround yourself with? Are they empowering you or are they disempowering you? Are they bringing you closer to your goals or are they dragging you down? Are they a good role model or are they not a good role model? Who are those 5 people that are closest to you? Who do you spend time with the most? For most of us, it's our significant other, spouse, our children, and probably our coworkers, and maybe our parents, maybe a best friend. Okay, so those are the 5 people that we spend the most time with. Are they a good role model? Are you learning from them? If they're not, you need to probably reevaluate who do you hang out with and how you spend your time. We need positive role models in our life, right? So your action steps, you ready for your action steps or your action step? In every area of your life, you need a role model. So what you need to do is write down finances, relationships, health and wellness, fitness, nutrition, mindset, okay, business, spiritual or Christianity or whatever faith that you are, Write those topics down and write, who in my life can I model? Who can be a role model? It may be somebody that you have access to close, or it may be somebody in this group, or it may be me in one of the areas. I would be thrilled. But if not, guys, find a role model in every area of your life. Write it down. Okay, write it down. So years ago, for me, the finance was Dave Ramsey. I learned so much through his Financial Peace University. I went all in. I did his program and I learned and I did what he said and it worked. I paid off my debt. I did the snowball effect. Some of you guys have gone through that, right? For spiritual, it was Gregory Jackson. He was a pastor in Georgia and all around. And he was just an amazing pastor, and he brought the gospel like no other, like nobody else I've ever heard, ever. Kind of like Miles Monroe a little bit, and maybe T.D. Jakes, kind of like a little bit of them. But he opened the scripture like I've never heard before. He preached Christ and love, and it was amazing, him. Who else? Dean Graziosi, Brenda Burchard, all the books that I've shown you. And what it is when you get these role models, you have to be obsessed. You have to want to change, right? We don't change because we're interested in it and we're dabbling in these things. When you want to lose that weight, when you want to improve that relationship, when you want to make more money to pay off your bills and to enjoy your life, you have to be obsessed about it. You can't just be interested and dabble and think, yes, it could happen or it could not. No, you have to be obsessed. I was totally ingrained in learning the strategies to improve the quality of my life because the pain of staying the same, of being negative, of being the victim, of blaming my problems on someone else, outside events, I got sick of it. I got sick and tired of being sick and tired, right? So I went all in and I was obsessed and I read all the books. I constantly listened to YouTube. Whereas before I would listen to the secular music, whether it be driving in the car or working out at the gym or walking at the park or at my house, cleaning. I turned on that motivational YouTube. I turned on that podcast. I turned on those Facebook Lives of business owners and personal growth people and people helping us to change the quality of our life, right? Okay, I hope I'm not rambling. I hope you're still with me. I hope you're still listening, right? You have to go all in is what I'm trying to say. You have to be hungry to learn, hungry to change your life. Model the masters. It'll change your life. So your action step is write down every area of your life and write those people that can be a role model for you to change your life. Okay? Get to writing. Share in the comments who your childhood hero was and share in the comments who your current role models are, or write down who you want those role models to be. Or if you don't know, go search, read the books and search for them and share in the comments. I want to know.